Good morning and welcome to yoga this Monday morning. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'd like to incorporate some strength into our yoga moves, and so they might not be as flowy as you might think they should be, but we're going to use, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 pound weights for your hands. Just have them off to the side. You'll need a block. We may use the strap, I'm not quite sure yet. I usually think about these things as we go. But I'd like to incorporate some strength training into our yoga, so a little more of a power yoga without so many flows in it. And we'll do that for the first half of the class. And then for the second half of our practice this morning, we're going to focus on stretching and lengthening and elongating the muscles, and then we'll definitely work some core as well. So if you have some very light hand weights, you won't need those, go ahead and grab them. A block, your yoga mat, a strap, or a nice sturdy scarf. We're going to begin this morning on the ground, so if you'd like to find yourself in a seated position, and then lying down nice and long onto your mat, and tent the knees so that you are in a position that would allow you to go into bridge, although we're not going to bridge just yet. And I want you to think about pushing your belly button to your spine. The small of the back is pushing down flat into the mat, versus natural spine where we would just be slightly curved and the tailbone is tipping downward. We're actually going to squeeze that pelvis upward. So pushing down into the mat with that lower lumbar. And then release on the exhale. Inhale, contract. Exhale, release. Continue that breath using that lower lumbar to contract inward and then release downward. Two more full cycles. Inhale, take the hands up over the head. And on the exhale, we're going to bring that right knee in and lengthen both arms up straight ahead towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Working through those core muscles. Contracting that belly. And then drawing that leg back up. Inhale, opposite side. And lengthen. And then lengthen all the way, both arms and legs. Give yourself a nice all-body stretch. And then drawing the arms out wide, we're just going to work through the knees and the legs to contract that core. Palms are down. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Point the toes, bring the knees in. Exhale, flex the feet, push away. One more. lengthen the legs, and then take the right leg and lift it up. Bring it right in, right behind that knee. Bounce that leg closer to the chest for a little dynamic stretch right here. Lower down and switch sides. Feeling those hamstrings lengthen. And release. Draw the knees right back up. And we're just going to let them fall open in reclining cobbler. Arms are down along the sides of the body. Hips are wide, knees are wide. The bottom edge of your feet are compressed together while the top edge is opened up. And taking reclining cobbler into reclining tailor, reach above the head, grabbing the arms and then laying the shoulders and elbows flat and down. And now you're expanding not only through the waist and the hips, but also the chest and the shoulders. Begin to breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the nose, setting your intention. Those directions of thought that can help you in your practice. Then release the arms open wide. Draw the knees close and bring them into the chest as you rock forward to a seated position. Reach for your hand weights. And here's where we'll begin to start the strength portion of our yoga practice. So taking the weights, one in each hand, elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle and very close to the waist or the sides of the body. Feet are nice and flat into the mat. Heels are close to the glute muscles. And as we come up into bridge, we're going to lift the weights straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. You're working through the triceps as you bring those weights down right into the waist on the side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze the glutes upward. One more. Release, draw the knees up. Legs are parallel to the floor while the knees are bent. And then take the arms straight up and then bend them in reverse tabletop. From here, we're going to extend right arm and left leg. Using that weight to help balance you out, we'll alternate between the two. Inhale, exhale. Lower the legs and then lower the arms, releasing the weight. Turn the wrists. Reverse. And now reach for one weight. Bring it into the hands, keeping the knees bent. Open the knees so the feet are wide. The weight comes up above your head, elbows are bent, and as we lift up into that sit-up, the knees stay bent. We're going to pull the weight through the knees, lean it forward, bring it back. One more. And release. Lengthen the legs once more, flex and point the toes, work through the Achilles, through the ankle, then bring the knees up and let them fold over to the left, open the arms wide, and turn the head to the right. Switching sides. Draw the knees into the chest and rock forward, coming to that seated position. And from the seated position, right into tabletop. Bringing your hand weights with you. As our next yoga strength move, we'll incorporate those hand weights again. You're going to allow that weight to stay right underneath the rib cage, extending into plank. Widen the feet in the stance, and then take that weight and bring it to one side. Last one. Chaturanga down. We're going to lift up 10 times into baby cobra. Five more. Release it down, curl the toes under, and come right up into tabletop once more. From here, reach for that hand weight into the left hand, supporting through the right hand and the right knee. Lift the leg into supported side plank, and then that hand weight. Flex that foot. From here, we're going to draw the knee to the elbow. Lengthen the arm up, and now we'll do a side lift just with the arm. Bring it down and lift it up. Lower down. We're going to switch sides, working through the left for support and balance, and the right arm for that strength aspect. Inhale, exhale. Then draw that knee in with the elbow. Hold it up, flex that foot, 5 arm raises. Lower down. Curl those toes under. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog. And then settle right in. From here, we're going to lift high on the toes. Work through the calf muscles. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Five more. Jump the feet to the top of the hands. Forward fold. And roll it up. Roll those shoulders back. And then turning to the front, we're going to come right back into our mountain pose. Squeeze the glutes inward and upward, engage the pelvis, lower the shoulders. Inhale, take the hands all the way up. And on the exhale, we'll begin our spinal twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, back bend. Lift and lengthen. And release the hands down. Roll the shoulders back. Bicycle them forward. We're going to reach for our hand weights once again. We're going to incorporate that through our goddess pose. So reaching for those weights. Draw the legs nice and wide into that nice goddess leg pose. Inhale. Exhale, draw the arms up parallel to the floor, curving right at the elbow to that 90-degree. Inhale, take it up. On the exhale, down into goddess. Five more. Release the arms and place the weights in the creases of the hips as we rainbow side to side. Finding yourself coming nice and straight. Inhale, take both hands up into the air. Exhale, sunflower. Draw down, palms face away from the body as the weights come near each other and then come right back up. Five more. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, turn the elbows forward and lower down, working those feet inward. Good job. We're going to turn to the side, placing the weights down. We're going to release the arms just for a minute. And then we're going to work on the hamstring and leg lift. Bringing the weights into both hands, right foot behind. And as we come down, straighten the leg, lower those weights down towards the floor. Whoops. One more. Whew, that leg got tired. Switching sides. Five more. Roll it out. Place those weights down. Hands to heart center. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Reach for those weights in forward fold. We're going to bring them to halfway. Forward fold. Halfway. Continue that flow. Contract that core. Lower down the weights, let go. Reverse swan. Heart center. And once again, finding our rest in mountain pose. Release, and now we're going to bring our weights into cooperation with our warrior. So remember, today is all about strength in yoga. We're building that strength using very light weights. I've got 5 pounds here, but you can use 1, 2, 3, or 4. I wouldn't go higher than 5 pounds because we don't want to stress out the joints. So from here, right leg forward, left leg back. Create that warrior one position, bending the knee deeply. Inhale, take the hands up, warrior one. Now open up into warrior two. Hold those weights, palms down. Release that back weight and bring it behind the back, and then lift up the right hand. Reverse warrior. Then lower that weight down, release the back hand, and now we're going to take it into a weighted side angle. Bring that upper arm in and allow yourself to raise up. We're going to turn into the opposite direction now. Left leg forward, right leg back. Warrior one. Hands and arms should feel so heavy right now as you're lifting up that light weight, really increasing the strength and endurance of our warriors. Warrior two. Turn those palms downward. Lower down the front and then take the back and lift it up and over, taking it into, oh, we didn't do reverse, reverse. I'm rushing through it because it's painful. Now take it into the side angle. Oh, lift it up and take it over. Lengthen that rib cage. Now draw that upper arm in and allow yourself to come center as you work the feet in. Roll the shoulders out. And then place the weights down. And reach for your strap. So that was almost 30 minutes of doing strength yoga. Using those hand weights to help incorporate the movements really engages the core more while we're lying down and working the shoulders, arms, and biceps as we stand. I'm even breathing heavy. It's starting to sweat, so that's really good. We're going to take this move now into balance. Placing it into the right foot, we're going to come to that one-legged stance. Inhale, exhale. Bend that knee, lower down the leg, walk it out, reroot. Place that strap under the left leg. We're trying to hold it for 10 breaths. If you fall out of this posture, don't collapse. Just let it come out naturally and then breathe yourself right back up into it. And lower down. Good job. Hopefully you were able to manage that 10 breath hold. Walk the legs out and then place the strap down. We're going to come to the floor now. We're going to finish the rest of the class on the ground. We're going to work through a lot of different stretching, and then we're going to incorporate some more core using our block in some different seated positions. So we're just going to start by turning and releasing the hands. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway. Forward fold. Take that right leg back, find that lunge. In this lunge, we're going to lift and lower the knee Working through that hip for 10. Strengthen the quad. Five more. Then we're going to take ourselves back into plank and bring the right leg forward, finding that lunge. When you're ready, lift and lower the knee. Five more. And extend back into plank. Bring your plank to its knees. Lift the toes up, but keep the back nice and flat. And we're going to chaturanga down. Relax. Find yourself coming into relaxation pose. Hand over hand, forehead down. As you raise your hand, you're going to extend the right hand forward as if you were shaking someone's hand and draw the left hand back towards the ankle or leg. We're going to stretch through, stringing our bow and arrow. Inhale, exhale. And on this last one, hold it up. Lower down and switch sides. Holding the fifth one and lowering down. Bring the arms along the sides of the chest and lift up, coming all the way into child's pose. And then working right back into a very high cobra. And then finding yourself coming into a seated position. And now we're going to use our block. Our block is going to be the instrument we use to squeeze against while we're in seated boat pose. You have many ways that you can hold that block in your knees. And for anyone who feels a little unstable, you can also place another block behind you for that support, or a bolster or a pillow or a rolled up towel, and keep it right back there by your hips. Otherwise, take your block, you can flatten it out and place it between your knees, make it wide or even wider. So finding what works for you, extend the arms forward and flatten the thumbs down. Inhale, lift the chest. Right here is seated boat. But if you'd like to take it up a notch, lift those legs up. Keep the back flat and the chest lifted. Squeeze the block. Inhale, take it up. And on the exhale, lower down, release that block and reach for your toes. And if you don't make it there, that's fine. You can take it right to the shins. Otherwise, you can also try to reach for the toes. So I'm getting a cramp. And then when you're ready, flatten out the back and lead the chin forward. Roll all the way up and take that right leg, and we're just going to fold it right into the left. L stretch right here. And then I'm going to take my block and I'm going to use it as a guide to help me lower down with my breath, down that lengthened leg. Inhale, exhale. And for a deeper stretch, you can take that block right behind the foot, hold it with the hands, and lower down. Inhale, lift that block from behind the foot, and on the exhale, draw right back up. And now we're going to switch legs, folding that left leg into the right. Inhale. Exhale, lower down that lengthened leg, extending that block as far back as you can, and then lowering the head. Inhale, lift, and exhale, draw all the way back. Good job. Open up nice and wide, and a V stretch right here. Allowing the hips to come as wide as they feel comfortable. Don't overextend yourself. We want to work through stretching our backside of our body. So hamstrings, those lower glute muscles, the maximus and the medius, and the Achilles by pointing the toes upward and pushing the heels out. But you don't want to overextend yourself so that you catch a cramp or you accidentally pull too hard and create some sort of injury. So this is stretched, but it's not painful. Grabbing your block on either side, we're going to use our breath. On the inhale, we'll set up for the movement. On the exhale, take it down as slowly as you can until you reach it out as far as your body will let you. Lengthen through the arms by using that block to stretch. And once you get to that point where this is where you think as far as your hips and stomach will let you fold, begin to lower down the elbows. Flatten out that lower lumbar and breathe right into your stretch. Slowly raise up the elbows and tent the fingers. Reach the chin forward. You'll feel it come a little deeper in that stretch. And then reach for your block and slide yourself back. Place the block onto the side and find yourself coming into a nice relaxation, easy pose right here. Sit nice and tall. Root the left hand, inhale, the right one comes up. And on the exhale, C-spine curve, take it over, push the hips away from the body, stretch through the underarm, the rib cage, and then look up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. and release. Now we're going to go back to working our core like we did at the beginning of our practice. So bringing our block with us. We're going to lay down and we're going to take the block, and this time I'm going to take it horizontal between the knees, and I'm going to allow myself to come into bridge pose without lifting the hips. From here we're going to hinge at the waist, so this is all in the core, and those quadriceps and hamstrings are working in tandem with each other to help lift and lower that lower part of your body. We're going to do some toe taps. So push the lower lumbar into the floor, lift the legs up, and begin your 10 toe taps. Inhale, exhale. Crunching through the core. Stomach is doing the work. And lower down. Lift up the hips and place that block right underneath, nice and tall, and then lower the hips down. Feel yourself being supported in this bridge pose, but I want you to squeeze those glute muscles inward. Try not to crowd the neck, but lengthen and open the throat. And now we're going to leg lift just one leg. So we're going to take and center the left foot, still being supported by the block, and we're going to take that leg and we're going to extend it with a soft knee, flexing the toe upward, and we're going to lift and lower for 10. Use that core. So these glute muscles are engaged. Lower that leg down, switching sides. That leg that was supporting you should be tired, holding you up, squeezing that glute upward. And we'll work through the left side. Lower that leg down, push both feet deep into the ground as you lift up your bridge and squeeze, removing the block, working hamstrings, lift and lower. Lower down, draw the knees into the chest, and circle them out wide. Draw the knees together and draw one lower lumbar circle, both knees going in the same direction. Reverse. Lower both feet down and then take that right leg and just cross it over the left. Allow the right knee to push back. We're going to lift that leg up, weaving through and in between as we bring the left knee forward. Lower down the left leg and switching sides. Releasing both legs down to the ground and then lifting the knees up into the chest, open up into happy baby. Reach for the big toes. Line up the ankles with the knee joint. Wide and open. Then bringing the feet close together and allowing yourself to lengthen onto your mat. Reach the arms above the head and stretch. And then find yourself coming into Savasana. I know it's not quite an hour today, just about 50 minutes of class, but I do have a schedule where I have to be somewhere. So we're going to end it just a little bit early today. So finding yourself in Savasana. If you get cold, place some socks onto your feet. And then begin to relax the body. Especially during the first half of the class, we did a lot of weight lifting with our yoga moves. So just let that tension in the muscle release, relaxing, restoring the breath to a more relaxed and natural state, and returning your thoughts inward to your intention, finding peace in corpse pose. Begin to bring awareness to your body by wiggling your hands and feet, moving your fingers and toes, and taking your time to come to a seated position, whether you rock forward or you turn over into fetal position and then lift upward. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on Wednesday. May the love and the light in me honor and respect the love and the light in you. Namaste.